Hi, Mike. Hi, Gerard. Nice to meet you.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
I'm Michelle from Europa Press, a news agency from Spain. Not to waste time, my first question is, how do you define the film? I mean, it's an action film, but what other aspects can we highlight?
It's funny you say it's an action film because I feel like this movie ticks a lot of boxes. It's an action film. It's a disaster film. It's a survival movie. It's a thriller. It has thriller elements. It has drama elements. It's very funny at times. It's heartbreaking. It really is very dynamic as a movie, and there's fascinating characters in there that you can really get behind. Relationships, dynamics, especially between myself and Gaspar, like an airline pilot who's kind of square, having to team up with an accused murderer to rescue a bunch of passengers on an island, full of incredibly dangerous rebels. They're basically in a hellhole. Nobody knows where they are, and they're trying desperately to get in touch with the outside world. It's just such a great scenario. So to pull the audience in with these characters, what I think are as believable as possible, you really feel like, as an audience member and having spoken to people, they really feel like they're on that ride with you.
In the film, we see an island devastated by the violence, but also we see two men who go to rescue the passenger. Is it a way of emphasize the good side of the humanity, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what really draws people to both characters is that at the end of the day, I think someone said, when travesty happens, and I've seen it with, you've seen it countless times in humanity, like 9/11, hurricanes. Anytime there's a disaster, people sort of, embrace each other and sort of forget about all the other stuff and just sort of work together to survive. They forget about all those little things, like that separated them, and whatever brings them to some kind of commonality, that's what they focus on. And I think these two guys couldn't be further apart at the beginning of the movie. And all of a sudden we have a plane crash, and all of a sudden it's like, whatever they were thinking about before, it's like, get rid of that, because now we got to figure out how to get out of this, because now we're brothers. And that's something that's unspoken. It just happens,
What would you do as Gerard and as Mike in a similar situation?
In reality?
Well, I'm sure Mike would hope he's not an accused murderer.
Yeah, in reality, I hope not.
I hope I would do the same thing. I mean, really, at the end of the day, what I found interesting about my character is he has no talent in this new circumstance that they find themselves out in, this hostile environment. He's a pilot of an airplane. He doesn't know necessarily how to deal with this situation. There's nothing he's been prepared for, but he's all heart. This is not his arena. This is more this man's arena. So that's, I hope that I would follow this. I hope that I would have that heart and the intelligence as much as I could to work through the situation. But it's not a fun situation to be in. And by the way, that's part of what I love in terms of the audience, because I think the audience can see humanity in all these characters. They can understand, even the ones that are squabbling, the ones that are scared, the ones that are annoying. You could see how this could happen and how the flow with the group, sways from negative to positive to supportive to critical, So I think that we can all see ourselves in this situation, which is the kind of movie that I love to make, that the audience can imagine themselves in there and go, would I be that guy? I think I would be that guy.